We are
Two girls.
on a fast ride. Well, hello, Lynn.
Hi, Marie. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you. We're wrapping up our birthday month and anniversary month and just the month of love.
Hey, totally. We're recording this the last week of February, actually.
We are.
So, what should we do when we have a big month like that, Lynn? Is to take some free time.
Yes, take some free time.
That's our topic for today, in case you didn't notice.
Yes. And I'm wondering if some of our viewers are just kind of laughing and going free time, as if I have free time. I think the tendency is to go, go, go all the time,
I
right?
think you're right. I think you're right.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So
Totally.
the value of free time is so important, and we all have the same amount of time in a day,
Yep.
and some of us seem to use it to do. We all do different things, right? And it doesn't matter how you spend your time. The question is, are you where you want to be?
Exactly. And if you keep go, 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 you'll never stop to think of, are you where you want to be?
Exactly, exactly. Now, I think you have an article that you've
Too. I'm
kind of
getting I'm
found.
getting really excited because every time I try to find a nice article that I can share the link in I'm not going to read it all, obviously, but just some highlights that we're going to discuss on. And I'm going to put the link in the comment below the video. Subscribe to the channel of Two Girls on a Fast Track.
Yes, we are.
And what do they need to do?
Click on the notification so that you know when our new episodes are coming out.
Exactly. So, the importance of free time in our daily routine. You've said all have 24 hours in a day. So, it has to be included in our daily routine, the free time. Did you know that humans spends years eating, sleeping, working, and worrying about those things, but it's their free time that is most important? We always think of what we have to do.
Yes,
Why, if we could take some time to think of something we don't have to do?
right. Well, and it's interesting, right? We all look forward to the weekend, and we
Yep.
say that the weekend is, it goes by so fast, right? And that, you go back to work on Monday and you're like, oh,
Already Monday.
yeah, exactly. So why not create a life where Monday is just as good as Saturday,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. It gives you the opportunity to innovate and explore because when you have to struggle with a tight schedule, I'm thinking people who has small kids. I don't
Yeah.
have children, so I cannot relate, but I'm thinking they have to be very thorough with their routine
Mhm.
and they need some time for themselves as well, parents. And I I don't know if I could would be able to make it. It gives you
I'm
the
sure
opportunity to innovate in your daily routine and explore some new stuff.
Yeah, and by exploring, we're also talking about creativity. And
Yeah,
when you have time to think and to be silent and to just relax, it sparks creativity in you. You think of things that you wouldn't think of before. For instance, have you ever noticed that your best ideas come when you're in the shower or just before you're ready to sleep? Or just in the early morning hours when you're just getting ready to wake up, you haven't quite realized what the day is going to bring, and you just have that quiet time, right? That's when you're most creative. So
totally.
how do you get that time through your day? There are lots of tips and tricks that we're going to share with you today.
Yes, we are. And what does it do as well? And you just said before you wake up, before you go to bed,
Yeah,
you need to declutter your mind.
yeah,
So free time can be used to do that as well.
you
I
bet.
can't do meditation. Believe me, I tried several times. After 2 minutes, no way. I can't stand. I can't
Right,
stand. And you were talking about a nice experience you had
right.
last night.
I sure
It
am.
was your free time, and you decided to spend how much time on that massage?
So this was interesting because a friend of mine, a BNI buddy, uses this type of time to manage her migraine headaches. She finds that it's very helpful, and it's called Indian what is it called? An Indian head massage. Okay. And I thought, oh, head massage, like that's my favorite part of getting my hair cut is when, when we have the shampoo
Yes.
and conditioner, right? So I thought, oh, this is interesting. So I met this lady, Candace, and she's trained in Indian head massage. And it's basically a 70-minute treatment where she starts at your neck and shoulder. Who doesn't have tension in their neck and
Oh
shoulder?
my
Right.
gosh.
So neck and shoulder, she's using oil and she works her way up and she just like through the hair. And yes, the oil gets, kind of in your hair. So you got to make sure it's a wash day. But you just it's the feeling of bliss
Oh, I can't
because
imagine. Yeah.
your head's being stimulated and it's just being relaxed. And I made it a point to have this done because first of all I wanted to learn more. And self-care, we're hearing so much about self-care these days. Self-care is not just manicures, pedicures, and soaking baths. Those are important.
Of course.
I feel like self care is also those things you do for yourself on a daily basis, like exercise, reading, listening to, stimulating and intellectual and cultural things that will move you forward in your life. That's all self care too. And this Indian head massage was one more way that I got to learn about how to take care of myself and where the tension is in myself.
Totally.
So,
Totally. And it also prepares you mentally for something because
yes,
you're so at ease. It becomes like second nature at some point.
yes, it was energizing, it was invigorating, it was just a wonderful way to spend, part of my free time.
And tell me, did you while she was massaging, did it occur to you that you had a great day? Did you appreciate your day better?
So I'm a meditator. I love to meditate. And this was one thing that Candace said to me. She says, I follow your lead. She says, I have clients who talk throughout the whole time, and I have clients who just talk like zone out. I happen to zone out.
Okay,
And I was inside, just kind of inside my head and just feeling all of it and being very grateful for all the things that were happening. But I
totally.
also could have been very chatty and that would have been just fine as
More
well.
my style, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
yeah.
all the time.
So I
Yes,
just I
totally.
took it as a 70-minute meditation, and
Totally.
wow, what a difference it made for me.
Yeah, and definitely it's like a detox for the brain.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
It
Yeah.
makes life more enjoyable. They
Yes.
talk about that in the article. It makes life more enjoyable. You don't you spend 70 minutes not thinking about anything
Yeah.
or not anything, but not anything negative.
Yes.
It
Yes.
was like probably, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna try and find somebody in the
Find
area
someone.
that does
I
that.
highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking about brain, taking some free time and do something you enjoy or
Yes.
try something new, it will definitely protect your mental health.
Yes, for sure, for sure. That's one of the reasons I practice yoga. I love it because it's an hour of meditating, like an active meditation. Because I'll tell you, when you get into those poses, you really can't think of too much else. Like
Totally. I know you have to be
you're
very
focused on
concentrated on
or
what you're
else you're
doing right
gonna
now.
or else you're gonna fall out of the pose. And the
Yes,
yeah, whether you do a deep flow or a power or a vinyasa, whatever that looks like for you, it really makes a difference in how you approach life.
totally.
Mhm.
Totally. I do the same when I do aqua gym.
Yeah.
It might look stupid, but I'm in the water and I have to be as precise as possible with the movement we have to do or the stretch we have to do, and you have to be careful not to hurt yourself.
Yes.
Even if you're in the water, you know how hard it is to stay, you know, and not fall on one side or the other. There are some
Yes.
exercises that are easier in water, but some of them, Uh,
Challenging.
Sometimes I have problems, but I am so, when I get out of the pool, oh my God, it looks like my old body is like fresh, new, clean. I start a new day. It's pretty awesome.
It feels incredible.
Yeah, and besides that, you felt incredible after your massage. I feel incredible getting out of the pool. What tips and tricks we can give to our viewers, listeners, on how to put that precious moment in there?
Well, 70 minutes, talked about 70 minutes, an hour here, an hour there. Some people don't have that, right? And
Totally.
I just want to say, first of all, when you have little kids or when you have a demanding job, sometimes you may not feel like your time is your own. And I'm going to say, change that right away. My life changed when I realized there is more than enough time to do everything I want to do. I may not be able to do it all at once, but there's more than enough time because I was coming from a thought that there isn't enough time. I don't
Yeah,
have
we all start like that.
right? I don't have enough time. Oh, I wish I had enough time. I don't have enough time. I switched that around and I thought, what if I started thinking that there was enough time? And it wasn't immediate, but I started to realize that things started working out for me from a time perspective.
Yeah.
When I was overbooked, somebody would cancel and it would free up time. I'd be like, oh, this is
I have
nice.
some free time
I'm
now.
having some free time. So I am the master of my own schedule. And I
Totally.
challenge you, be the master of your own schedule. So that means that when you are booking appointments, give yourself the grace of transition. In between your appointments, give yourself a few minutes to reflect on the appointment you just had or the meeting you just had and prepare yourself for the next meeting ahead.
Yes, and especially if you have something to send to the person you just had the meeting, you don't want to pile them because
Yeah.
I used to do that.
Yes. Yes.
One meeting after another. Okay, I took some note. I have to send this and that, send that link, connect on LinkedIn with that person. And at some point, I had a pile of to do that I could have done if I just took 15 minutes in between meetings.
There you go. That's it. 15 minutes. It doesn't seem like a whole lot, right? But if you take it, I promise it'll change your life. So
Totally.
managing transitions during the day, the very first transition in the day is from waking up to, getting breakfast ready. There's a transition in there.
Yeah.
How do you fill that first hour of your day? And if your kids are getting up at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. or whatever, are you giving yourself time to get ahead of that? Right. And that may mean going to bed a few minutes earlier to make sure you get sleep. So that if
Totally.
kids are up at 6, why not get up at 5:30 so that you can at least enjoy a couple of sips of coffee, maybe read a book for 5 minutes and just breathe.
Read.
Just
It
breathe.
is so
Can I
important.
tell
You know,
you?
we always finish our
Oh,
aqua gym exercise by standing in the water like that,
yeah.
like a star. We have to take a star position and
Oh,
we breathe for 3 times. Exhale, breathe, exhale. This is how we finish our exercises.
I can't tell you how many times in a day I work with clients and we have breathing built into the time that we have together. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, or in through your nose, out through your nose. Your breathing is so important, and nose breathing has been found to be the best type of breathing to stimulate your brain
It
and
goes
to
straight up. It goes straight up and then it
stimulate
comes
your brain.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, more energy. If you can take a couple of seconds a day through the day, it relaxes your parasympathetic nervous system and it actually allows you to relax a little bit better and it makes wait that is the ultimate form of self-care,
Yeah.
if you want my
And
opinion.
everybody talks about that. I mean,
Number one tip,
experts, scientists,
breathe.
everybody that is into healthcare, this is what they're going to say. You really
Breathe
need to take some
deeply.
time to breathe.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally.
Breathe
Totally.
deeply. Most
Well,
of us
that,
breathe from up here, right?
hey,
Most most of us breathe from up here. I'm talking about breathing from down here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
your stomach expands when you
Exactly.
breathe in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally. And it goes deeper.
Yeah.
And when you exhale, you have to take your time.
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
not rush.
Make your exhale longer than your inhale.
Yeah, that's true. That's what
So,
I learned too. That's what I've learned too. Hey, that
so
was a great topic.
tips and tricks. Manage those transitions through your day. Be the master of your own schedule and recognize that there's more than enough time to do what you want to do. Breathe, exercise, take that time before the chaos of the day starts. And if
Yes,
that's
and you can do it at the end of the day as well.
I recommend definitely
Depending on
do it.
what you do or what you prefer. I'm a morning person. Definitely I will do something in the morning before I start my business day.
Yeah.
Gonna have my shake. I'm gonna go on the treadmill, do a little bit of stretching,
Yeah.
then I start my day.
Do you know, we talked about just the end of the day. Did you know that what the last thought you think of at the end of the day is what you enter your dreamland? So think about this. If you are sleeping for 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 hours, that last thought you have in the day, and many of us are thinking what you didn't get done. Oh, I got to do this tomorrow. I got to do this. I got to do. And they fall asleep. We fall asleep and we go into our sleep with all of that on our mind. No wonder we're so tired waking up.
I found a trick for
Right.
that. I
Think
found a
about
trick.
this.
I'm gonna share that trick. I don't know.
What's your trick?
Maybe it's not working for everybody. I'm a music lover. I used to sing, blah blah blah. So I have this app on my phone. I could find the name. I just don't remember. Relax Melody, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been probably 4 years, and I'm not exaggerating that I listen to the same sound and music, instrumental music,
So
every
good.
night when I go to bed. Four
Yeah.
years,
And that's
definitely.
your routine.
It's not only my routine, but instead of thinking of what I did not do or what I'm going to need to do, soon as I have 2 minutes tomorrow, I hum it in my head because I know the melody.
Love
So
it.
I hum it in my head. So that's the last thing I think of when I fall asleep is the
Ah,
melody of that particular sound and music.
that is so good. And you know, when we're raising kids and when we were raised ourselves, didn't our parents have like a nighttime routine? I know we had our bath, we had a story, we went to bed, right? Might have had a bedtime snack in there. We miss that when we grow up.
Yeah,
Right? We don't feel like we need it. But I'll tell you, at this stage in my game, I really need a bedtime routine
yeah,
to get me primed, to get me ready for a good night's sleep.
totally. And as you need a good night's sleep to wake up, rest, and ready to start a new day. Well,
You
that
bet.
is so, and I don't know why we didn't talk about that before. I love that topic. And we
It's
were
a
afraid
great
we didn't
topic.
have what are we going to talk about? We can talk about it for 2 hours, that's for sure.
Oh, this is a good topic. It's a
This is
hot
a good
topic right
topic.
now because people are looking for ways to relax.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll put the link of the whole article I
Yeah.
found online. Please share with us. What do you do with your free time?
Want to hear
Gosh,
it.
we want to know, and it maybe can help somebody else. That's the purpose.
I love it. I love
All
it.
right, don't forget to subscribe. Next topic. Next topic. Be about. Oh, I lost it. Okay, our next
Celebration.
topic. Yes, celebrate success. Yes,
Celebrate
celebrate success.
success. And I have a closing quote.
Of course you do. Go. I was just about to
My
say it.
closing quote is this: what fools call wasting time is most often the best investment.
Ooh,
Yes,
love
and
it.
that was Nassim Taylor who wrote that. So let me say that again. What fools call wasting time is most often the best investment. And I love this. We talked about all that time, the time factor, but I
Yes,
also want to know, how great do you feel after a good vacation? That is free time, right?
yes,
And that is by far, you come back refreshed and relaxed. If you've done it right, you've come back refreshed and relaxed and ready to take on the world. And I
yes,
say that free time is the best investment you can make. So go
totally.
make some free
There's
time.
tons of benefit, tons of benefit.
You bet.
Hey, Lynn, thank you so much for your input. And oh, you are amazing.
So are you. So are
Oh,
you.
thank you, guys. We'll see you next
Mutual
time.
love.
Bye, Lynn.
Bye, guys.
We are
Two girls
on a fast ride.